Hello folks, welcome to TurnipGames. I'm Rob.
I'm Ryan.
And we are listening to the Mario 64 soundtrack, and the video you are seeing is, well, I'm not sure what game I'm going to play, maybe Driver, I guess, and I'll put some of this over. So go ahead and pick a song, Ryan.
Yeah, I love it because this is on a PS2.
Yeah, we're playing it on a PS2, recording the CD off of there. Yeah, the sound's going to be pretty low, actually. They won't be able to hear all that much of it, but we played through Mario 64, like, what, last summer?
Yes.
Two summers ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Like 2 summers ago, got all the stars. I'll put, like, a link in the annotations to where they can find all that. But, I don't know, I guess it's a game we both grew up with, right?
It's one of my favorite games.
You didn't grow up playing it?
Oh, I played it, but...
Well, we've got the reason we're kind of doing this because Ryan went ahead and bought the soundtrack. Like,
yeah, since it's one of my favorite games, I knew they had a soundtrack out, and I ended up buying it. I would like to get the soundtrack of Yoshi's Island and Super Mario World, but I can't seem to really find them.
How much did you pay for that? So do you not want to talk about it? Well, you were in my car when you bought it.
Yeah.
On eBay Mobile or something.
Yeah. I paid close to in between 40 and 50 bucks.
Do you even remember, or it was just in there?
It was in that range. I don't really remember the specific price because I was just too happy to get it.
Trying to block it out, too.
Yeah, I've never spent that much. No, I lied.
For a CD?
I spent 50 bucks for my favorite band's pre-band album that only was 2,000 copies made.
Okay.
So that's the second most expensive CD I've ever bought for myself.
So yeah, like I guess I mentioned on the channel, especially me and Mark's videos, so maybe you haven't seen them yet or anything, but I play a lot of RPGs and whatnot, mostly, I guess that tends to be on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Nintendo back in the day. Mark doesn't know shit about games, he's also a bitch and skipped out tonight, so he's not here. Fuck you, Mark, when you listen to this.
Dick.
What a dick. 3, 2, 1.
What a dick.
So, we're hanging out having Nintendo night, and Ryan's our Nintendo guy.
Yeah.
And he is damn good at it and has way too much Nintendo shit. But it's fine, because I get to see it all and mess around with it.
And it evens out, because you're like a PlayStation god. So, like, every PlayStation,
my
I
room's
come
pretty
ask
disgusting,
you and, and also, you're damn good at Zelda.
Yeah, that's what I was getting into. I was going to roll over into that. So, but back in the day, especially as a kid, Nintendo stuff is great for kids. It's not just for kids or anything, but it's great to grow up with. And, as much as you're more of the Mario guy, I really always love the music in this game. And it's really cool that you have, like, the legit soundtrack from back in the day. And besides, like, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, this was my favorite on N64 and had a lot of classics. I mean, one of my neighbor still gets all these feels and he plays it on the piano and stuff for Dire Docks. He's always texting me about it, and I know that's one of your favorites too. And
yeah, I've been teaching myself how to play Dire Docks on the piano.
Mm-hmm. On your keyboard or like a piano?
Oh, my keyboard, but once when I
It doesn't sound quite right on a piano.
No.
We have that 100-year-old like fancy piano, and it's like, why are you playing in 64 music on that?
Because like with the keyboard, you could kind of tune it to the right feel of it.
Right. More of this synthetic.
Yeah.
Kinda,
so it's kind of awesome. But that song is not an easy song to play, at least for beginners. So
I mean, pretty much any gamer, especially anyone looking this up, has played through and they know stuff. So I guess we can go over our favorite memories with the game and playing it together too. As I remember, we had times we were having a blast, times we were so pissed off we wouldn't talk. Not really to each other, just so mad at the game.
Yeah.
I think we both had fun with it, but
yeah, like
it was a bitch.
No matter how many times I played in the past, it's still, like, I guess I haven't played it so much that it was repetitious for me. So that means that I would have to, like, it's all new every time I play, which kind of sucks. But in the same way, I kind of know some things, but not like, oh, jump here, jump there. No, I gotta like relearn it as I'm going through it.
It's kind of like riding a bike. You never forget that, but it's riding a bike through an obstacle course you've never been on.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's great.
Yeah, someone goes and shifts everything around while you're asleep, and now they want you to know how to do it. And no, the game really doesn't change. It's just try. Like, I know there's some Asian kids or something that know how, but like the level with the clock. Like, try to get that down, and then not play for 4 years, and then go just do it again.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hair-pulling experience every time. Just
and the rainbow level.
Don't even.
Rainbow.
Are you talking about the not Rainbow Road's card?
Yeah.
I think. But are you talking? Damn, this music's so good.
I know.
It makes me feel like I'm 7 again. I guess you were older, but
yeah.
I was like 7. I was like little baby Rob.
I was like,
with my neighbors bringing this over, and that piano. Like, you remember the piano? I don't mean music. I mean the piano, the actual piano, and like blues.
Yes.
The first time, every kid remembers the first time that they ran into that. Went sneaking in that room like they're all. Oh, there's nothing in. Oh wait.
You know, when I played this game growing up, well, yeah, I guess I did. I did play growing up, like I said, but it wasn't obviously the first game that I played growing up.
Yeah, me neither.
But no, when I played this, I always hated the water level, but I love the song. Like all the water levels I would hate, but I love the song. It's so beautiful.
Every Nintendo game makes really asshole water levels. I mean, you haven't played Ocarina through yet, but Water Temple is well known to be like the worst or hardest temple. So I don't want to say the worst because someone out there is going to start yelling at me, but it's enjoyable if you know what you're doing. But damn, is it hard, and it's really clunky controls, and Mario's swimming level is always like a bitch. I'm trying to think of some other series. Like Donkey Kong has some of that also.
Beautiful music in Donkey Kong Country.
Beautiful music, but I'm saying water levels.
Water levels, hard as hell.
Exactly. Yeah. Nintendo loves to just give you a big veiny shaft every time they make a water level. But the music's always good.
Oh yeah.
They always keep the music at least enough that my ears aren't bleeding along with like my fingers and my brain. So what have we got here?
When I played this game, my favorite one was the Lava Land, Lethal Lava Land.
The one with the spiny guy that's like stacked up, and then there's like
it's all lava.
Oh, the whole.
And then you go into the volcano.
Okay, I was thinking the place with the pyramid.
Oh no,
that's not lava. That's sand.
We
hated that. We both hated that. And there's that damn box. Remember the box that you jump 3 times? You go
yeah.
And it jumps you too damn far, and you always go die.
Yep. It's like
we had the we'll have to put links to all these videos so people can even find what we're talking about. But there was the time we had the Flying Mario hat.
Yeah, Flying
Mario.
Yeah.
And we got all those coins, and you spent a long time, and then traded over to me because we were trying to get the 100 coin stars.
Mm-hmm.
And we went into the pyramid, and we were 1 coin short.
Yeah.
I guess that's not on the recording, but remember I hit the ground pound, the blue switch.
Yes.
And those coins come up, and I missed the last coin.
The last one.
And we had to restart from the beginning. Oh, I was so pissed.
And editing that was just great.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually did that for me.
I liked it. I loved it, but it was a pain.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you let me know.
Yeah. I prefer Final Cut over iMovie. I know we need some shit out of that, but that's just my personal preference. But it was such a pain. I haven't used either,
so I can't say anything. That's probably best for no one getting mad at me.
And sometimes when you edit on iMovie, it goes out of sync for some reason. I don't know. So then I had to go back, fix the audio, and it was like, why? I'm cutting it up. Why did you have to mess with the audio? I didn't tell you to do it. Anyway.
It's
all over.
Anyway, it's over and done with. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But for the music that's going right now, is track 6, Slider.
Yep.
Which, interestingly enough, they reuse in Mario 3D World, which we were just playing a few minutes ago.
Mario 3D World.
So I might toss in a clip of right about now. I did take a little footage, about a minute. But that's,
Yeah, the last level is hard as heck. And the 30-star Green Star run
is absolutely filthy.
Congratulations for those who've done it. We have not.
We didn't. We tried probably 25 times.
Yeah, probably.
About 20... No, how many lives did we... We lost 100 and something...
On just that one.
On just that, and not counting the last level.
No, the last level.
Is where we lost all those, and then the green star
We don't lose any lives unless we actually died. No, I don't even think we lose lives on that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I never
Because
paid
there were
attention.
times where we did die, and it's like too bad, and you go back.
But I don't know if you lost the light.
I wasn't
paying. I didn't. Pay attention. I was
paying
so
attention.
mad that.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
I think I was madder. I was done about 12 minutes in, and then stuck with it just to try to like learn to control Rosalina better. And I just don't.
I think that's how she's gonna be in Smash Brothers. She's gonna be slow, but a little powerful.
Well, that's what Luma, her little Luma, is it with an M or an N?
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's Luma.
I think it's Luma. Yeah.
Regardless, her little star thing is going to be where you get your speed from, I believe. Since you control him like separately, you can control him from across the map and everything. I'm hoping you can kind of send him out to like do shit for you. And
Inside the castle walls.
Inside the castle walls, track 7. I don't know if we should even be admitting that we're playing all this copyrighted music, but whatever.
People
down.
do it all the time.
The way they explained it to me was as long as you have commentary over it, it's okay. And I'm going to keep the volume down as much as I can while they can still enjoy it. And,
okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, guys. Anyone watching this or thinking about Mario 64, please leave some comments or something. We actually don't have comments on the channel yet because I just put all the videos up recently. And yeah. You guys could be the first one to comment, or, the 10th, that's still cool.
Oh, yeah, and also, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like the Koopalings at all? Because I would love them. I would have loved them personally in Super Mario 3D World.
The Koopalings?
The Koopalings.
They're not in Mario 64, though.
No, I would have loved them.
Okay, so this is just, we're just going off on a side thing, then?
Well, yeah, since you mentioned, if people leave comments, I want them to talk about that, too.
Okay. I was just making sure we're on the same track. So yeah, the Koopalings from...
They first appeared in Mario Brothers 3.
Mario Brothers 3, the Koopalings.
Yep.
Like, that was a... Yeah. I know, I have the game, but...
And then it was Super Mario World.
So you're asking if people would have liked to see them in Mario 3D World?
Yeah, since they brought back, Charge and Chuck from Super Mario World. They brought back a lot of different things in Mario World, and also Mario Brothers 2. But I've noticed they haven't really brought them back, other than the new Super Mario Brothers. That series. Yeah, they're there. And of course, the Looping Steps comes on now. But no, I would have loved to seen what they would look like and act in the 3D World environment. Like that to me would have been just
something
awesome.
Really nice to see. And I mean, Wii U. We'll get into what needs to happen with Wii U after we finish like the good talking, but yeah, it still has some time left on its. Yeah, but the problem is we got to keep talking over it. So, yeah, I'll just unzip and keep talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I do like dire slop.
Yeah.
No, the Wii U has a good while left on its lifespan. I wouldn't be surprised if something's in the work with Koopalings again. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see them make an appearance in the generation again.
One thing I really do like, and I find out through eBay, because I always look it up. The Koopalings actually have figurines out in Japan, which are awesome. I don't know if they'll ever come to America, but if they do, I'm buying them again.
Based on their appearance, and where are you pointing at?
Top on my shelf, right, with all the Mario stuff.
Yeah. Oh, is that them?
Yeah.
From Japan?
From Japan.
Oh, okay. Are those from new Mario Bros, or are those...
I don't know. They came just like those. The Mario, the Toad, the Yoshi, the big ones.
But, like, do you know what they were, like, released along with? Like, what game that's supposed to be?
I think it was Mario, the new Super Mario Bros.
New Super Mario Bros. U?
They came out, like...
Or the Wii one.
They came out last year.
Well, the one that's called New is the one on U, isn't it? Wii U.
It's on the Wii and the one they call U, yeah.
It's getting so confusing. They need a better name for that.
But...
Same with Super Smash. I don't know what to call it. The new one?
Yeah, I think it's a Super Smash Brothers.
Which is really annoying.
For the Wii U and for the 3DS.
But that takes too damn long to say.
Yeah. Maybe they'll finally release an actual name. But what's good is that they're coming out with these figurines, and then they also have the smaller figurines of the Koopalings, which is great. Now I just found out that they're making plushies of them, and that's pretty amazing. So hopefully, and I like how they're getting all of this respect within the last, 5 years.
The Koopalings.
The Koopalings. Being put in games and whatnot. Might even be longer than 5 years, but
games, merchandise,
still,
all
like,
that good
that's
stuff.
amazing. Now bring it to America. Like, I really love the Koopalings, and I kind of prefer them more than Bowser Jr., but whatever. Which he wasn't even in Super Mario 3D World.
Now, speaking of all this stuff, one of these days we should grab a camera at some point and just kind of do a slow 360 pan around in here, so they can see what we're all surrounded by here. I guess we should mention that today we're set up somewhere new.
Yeah.
We're at Ryan's house, actually. Decided to shake things up a bit, and I had Mark come in, and Mark didn't show up, so...
Damn it, Mark.
So I came over to Ryan's, having a good time. But yeah, he definitely has more decorations in his room than I do.
But you're catching up.
But yeah, I am. You were a bad influence. I should not have talked to you that day in computer science class. But speaking of school, though, this brings me back to when we were on the radio. That time, except it's like being on the radio, but with time to talk for once.
Right?
We had 2 or 3 minutes in between segments. We couldn't get into anything. We could just list off the tracks, read off some announcements, and then we were like right back to music. We never got to nerd out over it.
No, but we could totally grab the music that we made, which that was a pain to compile.
It
all
took
our
us. We actually
songs.
spent 20 hours doing that. I count because we did it on 3 separate occasions when we hung out.
Yeah.
To get a 3-hour radio show ready took more than 6 times as long as the show.
I did that all on Audacity. I put in all the clips that we wanted, the songs, and cut them all, and then made them into like a 10-minute clip of like 20 songs.
Yep.
It was such a pain in the butt because there were so many game songs that we liked.
Because when we started it the first time, remember, we weren't counting the time. We were putting in what we wanted, and we tried to. We kept saying we're going to keep it short. And when we first looked at it, it was 11 hours 57 minutes. I remember because the number scared the shit out of me. And we had to trim it down to under 3 hours because we needed time for announcements, time to talk. When we trimmed it down to, we had the bare minimum talk time.
We needed at least 2 hours and like 15 or 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, so anyway, we tried to go slim pickings, ended up with 11 hours, almost 12 of game music, and managed to cut it down over the course of 20 hours. Plus, you spent even longer, like you were doing the Audacity. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, that was
You did that mostly with me, but you did finish it up yourself.
But
yeah, so that was some shit.
Maybe we could go back and actually do like a podcast type of thing of that. Or just do it on here. Just do that.
Of that show?
Like this, yeah.
Do you still have our show saved?
Oh, yeah.
You have our show saved from back then?
Yeah. I have all my shows saved.
We could just put that on the... That'd be really cool if we did sometime.
Okay.
If that's what you're saying, like upload it like a podcast thing?
Yeah.
Alright, well that's
I was even thinking
That's kind of what this is turning into right now. Now that I think about it.
I was just thinking trying to like pick the songs that we picked, but actually play them out instead of having them in a compilation.
Yeah. Do you mean like play them
while
we talk over them and just have all of our...
We could do that too. We could do that, or actually play them. Yeah,
there's some new stuff coming then. Yeah. Got some new stuff to do.
Yeah.
One thing I'm noticing about the soundtrack though is different from most CDs, and I guess you can't hold it to the same standard as like bands CDs or anything, but it doesn't have the time of the songs.
No.
On the back, it's just the names.
And when can you? Was this only directly from Nintendo? Because I don't know where you could actually buy that. I never saw it in stores. I don't remember seeing it in stores.
You would have noticed.
I would have. So because even back in the 90s,
I'm sure you could find out. I'm sure you could find out.
Or
even probably on like
disc.
On like Wikipedia, I can do a quick search here while we're talking if I can manage to keep spieling. But
no, I'll describe the CD case. Basically, if you
take some pictures too.
Yeah, I could. For those of you who have this album or don't have this album, no. For those of you who do have this album, you'll know what it looks like. But for those of you who don't, it's basically, I mean, it's definitely an interesting cover with Mario in the front, Super Mario 64 on the top left. Then it says original soundtrack, and it's broken up and has like Mario spinning Bowser and Mario kicking and punching and diving. It's a pretty nice cover, but on the back it's plain green, which it's kind of like alluding to Luigi, but I don't know. They could have picked another color other than green. Or Link. Sure.
He played a big part. Did you know that if you get all 120 stars, you can play as Link?
Yeah, and
That was my favorite part.
it's right after Yoshi jumps off the roof.
It's right after Yoshi jumps off the roof and turns into Birdo.
Yeah.
And then you get to play as Luigi, and it's actually a two-player game.
Yeah, because then you go... how Luigi comes in after you get Link, you have to take Link into where the Boo statue is, ground pound the Boo statue on top with your sword, not ground pound. You use
L
your
is real,
sword.
by the way.
What?
L is real, by the way.
Oh yeah, 24 or 31. And that's what you have to say as you're doing it.
You have
And
to
it
use
picks
the
up-
Hey You Pikachu microphone for this part.
Exactly. It's really hard, but once you get it...
And then you fight Dark Link. And then, ultimately, you end up playing as Samus.
And then Ridley comes in.
Mm-hmm. Then you have to do the final Ridley battle.
Yes. And then Wart comes in from Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yep. And that's the final unlockable character.
Yep. And then Tatenga from Super Mario Land.
Besides him.
Yeah. He's the extra secret boss.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Did you know that the whole time it was just Bowser? It was not actually Bowser. It was just a suit.
Yeah. It was a fake Bowser.
It was actually Paper Mario inside there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
It was weird.
It was. It made me cry a little bit.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I was
When all
too.
that
I was like, Nintendo.
Figured that
really,
out without a guide, by the way.
Yeah, Nintendo really did their homework. You know.
You know what? I bet there is some game where they just programmed in like the Hey You Pikachu microphone and didn't mention anything. It's just like a secret.
Yeah, just like Luigi being in Super Mario Sunshine, you have to take that, Hey Pikachu, and Mike, and talk to the GameCube.
Plug it in the GameCube, and
Yep.
maybe we should stop lying for a little bit and just. They're gonna be like really confused.
No, but this I just want to really continue. Is
Okay, go ahead.
this CD is kind of plain. If you look on the back, it's all green. Has Mario in the back. Just look at you like, hey, buddy, you want to suck it? And then there's 36 tracks. And yeah, you open it up. I was kind of hoping there'd be a booklet, but no, it's just one little page of just the cover, and that's it. That's all you got. But I mean, I think it's worth it, you know, to actually own a physical copy
Before
of
it gets
the
any
soundtrack.
more expensive.
Yeah, and yeah. But did you look up?
I found the Wikipedia page, but they don't have a page for the soundtrack, so I'm just giving it a quick Google. In the meantime, but I'm going to get so much other stuff that is... Okay, here we go. We've got the Mario
Because
Wiki.
Nintendo Power, you probably did have to buy it through Nintendo Power. I mean,
that would make sense.
It would make sense, because, I mean, this was probably just... Someone actually gave it to probably a UCD place.
It was probably at some sort of record store.
Which is awesome if you could find that, because they would probably charge like $5 for this.
Yeah, they wouldn't really quite get it. I got Breath of Fire 4 for $1 at a place like that.
Oh my gosh.
And, I got 3 Genesis games for... Actually, Mark just found this. I got 3 Genesis games for $5, and which is not that crazy, but the one ended up... I was little, I didn't realize the difference. I just saw it said Sega on it. And the one's a Master System game, Double Dragon, on Master System. And that's not like where the story ends, so I opened it up. Mark opened it. He came and he was fishing through my games 2 weekends ago.
So he showed up. That's good.
2 weekends ago, he actually did show up, and we actually did record things, and they're all up on the channel now.
Okay.
But he went through my Sega games, and he popped that one open, and there's a poster in there I never knew about. There's been a poster in my Master Drive game, and it's this like big ad sheet of like all the new releases on the Master System.
That's so cool, dude.
There's that, and then the other side is like a full poster of I forget the game.
Mario.
Yes, Mario.
I hate Mario.
Mario on the Master System. Best ever.
Can we talk about how much we hate Mario?
Yeah, I think we can. I don't think... It was produced and copyrighted by Nintendo, and is published by Pony Canyon. The album was released in Japan and the United States in 1996, and Europe in 97. The soundtrack has 34 tracks, check it.
34 out of 36.
Are there? There are 36 tracks. So what's the issue? There are 34 tracks from the game with the same name. What? A voiceover intro from the title screen.
It's Me Mario.
And the final track is a bonus piano version of Piranha Plant's Lullaby. Okay, so there's
Yes.
34, and then... Okay, so they're correct. They're correct.
Okay.
The Japanese release is also the first of 10 soundtracks in the Nintendo 64 sound series.
First of 10.
Well, of different games and whatnot. Wait. What song is this?
13. Merry-Go-Round.
Okay, that's in Majora's Mask.
And that's the booze.
That's really weird. I think that's also the, I could be wrong. It might just be very similar.
Mm-hmm.
But they've done that before. Like, the opening, like, flute sort of ocarina thing is from Mario Bros. 3. It's the warp flute.
Oh, the warp, yeah.
And this is, there's a, because when it hit, it must be because I jumped up when I heard that. It's the music box house in, I'll show you someday, in Majora's Mask. It keeps, like, I think it keeps, like, the Gibdos and Redeads away or something like that. I need to get to that part again. Anyway, it's this big house. It's like a music box. And when the water runs, it pushes the wind... what's the thing? Water wheel. Mm-hmm. And then it plays that music. So I'll have to show you it. I have the soundtrack on here. We'll listen later.
Well, that was from... Do you know what part that was from?
That was from when you're in like, Boo's Mansion or whatever.
In the Boo stage, and then there's a house right back, and then you fall down. Yeah, you fall it down, and then
that's like the sewer sort of area.
With the
and then there's the Boos come through there, and you can get a star or
you can't get a star
coins.
there. You get
red coin from killing one of them. I thought.
I know you get a star there.
What always got me and my friends was getting like on top of the mansion, like to where you fight the.
Isn't
there like a big? There's a big Boo or something.
Yeah, and then the star is on top of the roof, so you have to angle it just right to get up there.
And we never really quite got... We always thought there would be like a staircase or a series of platforms.
Yeah.
No, you actually just have to kind of finagle it yourself. But that is one of my favorite stages. As annoying as it was as a kid and stuff.
Yeah,
it was really creepy.
It was.
Like, considering the rest of the game.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But yeah, I'm glad I did look that up. So yeah, it was Nintendo got this all put together.
So they actually sent it out to stores like a Walmart and places like that.
I don't know where whatever something or other pony would have.
Well, I'm just thinking.
Sold this.
Yeah.
I don't know where they had connections to sell it. I'm assuming if Nintendo. No, it would have to be published by Nintendo if they sold it through Nintendo Power.
If they, yeah. Well, do you think they did?
We could look through our Nintendo Powers.
Yeah.
I got one right here, but it's from a few months before this came out. So they wouldn't be selling it.
Oh, I have mine.
Yeah, but we should probably not...
yeah. Oh, I was going to
get
right
up
now.
and
stuff. But...
We can look up some verification later. I mean, again, if anyone has any answers to these questions, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
We would love to.
Why are we here on this Earth? Why is the sky blue?
It's blue?
What is the point? It's black and blue and gray all over.
Disgusting.
I just fapped to it.
Okay, so I
was kind of really hoping for like a booklet in there. You know?
Yeah, when I opened it up and it's just like one little printed sheet on one side, that was like a little disappointing, I guess. But I didn't buy it, so I don't have the right to be disappointed. I'm just happy.
I'm not disappointed. To me, this is fine. I mean, yeah, I wish
they could have done more with it, but yeah,
for what it is, it's
and
the
it is the
official
whole soundtrack.
It is. There's nothing missing from it because I checked.
So Wii U, what are you looking forward to? So I believe I asked Mark this while you were playing Mario World, and he was like, and he didn't know really anything on the Wii U, so because he's the only one of us that doesn't have it.
Yeah, what a loser.
And again, you influenced me into getting it, but now I'm happy I have it because there's some good games coming this year. Finally,
I am just the one major game for me is Smash Brothers.
Fuck.
I know which one you want.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Pikmin 3, I can't wait for it to come out.
Pikmin 4 better be better than Pikmin 3.
Better be. I was so hyped to get Pikmin 3, and then I played it, I'm like, wow, I suck so bad at this, and the controls are so awkward.
Yeah,
I didn't even buy it.
I bought it because I have the first two, and I still never beat it, because I'm just like, the controls are kind of sucky.
Is it just me, or are the Pikmin, like, dumber?
They seem dumber.
They seem, like, dumb. Like, I throw them, and they do whatever it is right where they land, and then they just chill. And I know they kind of used to do that, but they used to, like, do more on their own. Now it's like they're just so dumb. It's like they're like rocks.
Yeah.
Some of them are rocks, but...
Some of them are rocks, yeah.
But the ones that aren't have no excuse.
It's
inexcusable.
And that's what made me not really want to go back to it yet, because there was so much thinking and so much pissing me off that it.
Yeah, I remember we tried playing that one night. We just got so mad. I got so mad at that boss fight. I beat him, but then like the day ended, I didn't even have time to carry his corpse back as a delicious snack.
What I liked though is that you could replay it without, like, if you hated that day, you could just say, "Fuck it, I'll start over," and it.
You replay it without losing a day.
But
that was a nice addition. But I'd like that in a game that's functional.
There was one boss where I had to replay 9 times.
That's pretty rough, actually.
Because I wanted to get I refused to not leave anything behind. So every piece from that boss and everything around, I took it all with me.
I gotcha.
And I literally beat it within like 5 seconds left.
Same way, and I just having that short amount of time and having so much of my time used up trying to compensate for sketchy controls. Well, maybe at the time I just wasn't that used to the gamepad, or you weren't. But I don't know how anyone was like used to it enough to really enjoy it yet, unless they were living on their Wii U.
I was kind of hoping we could play like that. I could play with the Wii remote. Actually, no, I played it with the GameCube controller because I didn't get it for the Wii. I got it for the GameCube. When the first and second one, when they came
I thought
out.
you were talking about Pikmin 3, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know you could plug in a GameCube controller.
But it seems like the days are a lot shorter.
It feels shorter, or that they get shorter over time.
Because
I remember
it was
you were
15
telling
minutes.
me...
There was about 15 minutes in Pikmin 3. But
Pokemon 3.
But Pikmin 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure they were at least 20 minutes. If not, I could be completely wrong, but I do not remember the days being so fast.
It must just be that there's too much to do. But I remember you were kind of showing me it, and I couldn't even believe that we need to time it eventually. I guess we'll figure it out. But yeah, I kind of cut you off with my joke there about Pikmin. But you really look forward to Super Smash. That's your big one this year.
Yeah, and who knows when that's coming out. I mean, people are saying the 3DS version is going to come out in spring. I doubt it.
No, they denied that.
Oh, well, there you go.
They actually responded to that. That was a rumor that someone made up like false verification for. Nintendo had said it, and that was just a false news report entirely.
So then we still don't know the release date.
Nintendo says look forward to it in fall.
For both or just one?
Apparently both.
Wow, because I could have sworn they said that one was going to be released before the other.
We'll probably have well, I think they did. But fall encompasses 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, so one could be October.
One could be
November.
Late November. The other could be late September almost, depending where you live and what you consider to be fall. I know there's legit days, but I forget what the days are.
I'm also looking forward to Pokemon Bank, even though that's not the Wii U.
That's not Wii U or a game. But that still would be fucking nice to have, since it should be out now.
That just pisses me off about Nintendo. I love Nintendo, don't get me wrong, but some of their choices...
They've been doing some shit recently. They really have.
I mean, Japan, love you guys, but you guys are dicks now. You guys have the Pokemon Bank, for those of you who actually bought it when it first came out, and then you guys can still use it. But they took it down. Nintendo just took it all down because their servers got overloaded. They couldn't see that happening? Seriously?
With all their experience, they couldn't guess that their servers would get overloaded.
And there's no date on when it's coming out. To my knowledge, there's no date on when the Pokemon Bank's coming out. It's going to be it's very close to a month, if not over, of when it was supposed to be released. It was supposed to be released, the 27th here?
Yeah, so not quite a month yet.
Yeah. It was supposed to be released
December
27th.
And with no release date in sight, it could easily go over a month.
It just... That's some bullshit.
That is really some bullshit. Have you... we shouldn't get into Pokemon just yet. I was going to bring up some Pokemon stuff later. I have sort of a mental list going of what I'm going to...
Nice.
Some topics. But, continue on with Wii U. So you're looking forward to some Super Smash, Pokemon Bank on 3DS.
Yeah.
What else does 2014 hold?
Something with the X.
Something to do with an X and Monolith hard, Monolith soft. Something with a
Xena Princess?
I think it was...
Xena Warrior Princess.
Xena Warrior Princess.
That's it.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah.
The big Xena Warrior Princess game this year. Or wait, was it X by Monolith Soft?
No,
that game looked really shitty, honestly. I'm not looking forward to that. Except it's the number one thing we're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it. Not Wii.
And when you showed me the trailer, I freaking
Oh, you
jizz
creamed, you
myself.
creamed hard. When you saw it, you asked me, "Is this on Wii U?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, not even. You thought I was lying, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, nah, seriously,
That
this
looks
is
fucking
on
good.
Wii?
Yeah, and they help with programming X and Y and a link between worlds and like everything they touch just turns to gold.
Unlike
Everything.
this track right here, which means that you died.
Is that it? That's all you get? It's just.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's still kind of going.
No, that's yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. This is still it.
But it's done now.
What track was that?
26.
Game over. Oh, okay. Stage boss. So this is like when you fight the dude at the top. Fuck, I don't even know his name.
The dude at
The one Goomba, like that big Goomba at the top of the thing, or you fight the Thwomp.
King Bomb? Like the bomb guy?
The bomb, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of him, and I'm also thinking of. Is it a Thwomp or a.
It's a Thwomp.
The one with the
top.
bandage on his back?
Yeah. Some type of Thwomp. I don't know if it's called. Is it a Thwomp?
One's a Thwomp, and one's a. There's the block one that falls, right? I think that's a.
I don't know what one that, because I know he has a Scroyer block, but not the one that comes down like in every other game. It's a different. I don't know. He goes like
Like a
Thwomp or Womp. Yeah.
Fuck,
That's always weird with names.
I was thinking about that on my ride over, and I had them both in my head, like ready. And I
think
knew
it's a Womp thing because a Thwomp sounds more familiar with going down.
Yeah, chain chomp, Thwomp, and
Then, I guess a Womp. I don't know.
I fucking forget.
It's like some brotherly.
You would think one of us would know at least.
You would think, but I don't.
I know what Goombas are. And Boos. Boos
Yeah.
are my favorite characters, like, in Mario. Not characters, but, I guess enemies. Favorite, like, Mario race of things. But, there's no black people in Mario.
Yeah, no? Are you sure?
There's
No,
like,
there
no.
isn't. Oh my gosh.
I guess Shy Guys technically could be.
Yeah, look at that fucker over there.
Oh, you're talking about the figurine.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were talking about. I was like, oh, spooky.
And you could kind of think Morton Cooper Jr.
I guess,
Jr.
kind
is one
of, sort of.
But
But no, for the most part, there's not. My favorite character is Daisy, and Rosalina right after.
mine's Luigi, and I like Rosalina.
Rosalina is pretty cool. Like, especially as one of the newer characters, they did a good job. Like other series bringing in new characters recently have been pretty shit. Like Sonic Colors. And is it Sonic Colors or Sonic Lost Worlds?
Sonic Lost World.
Had all those, Lost World.
Yeah.
Lost World. A Sonic Between Worlds.
Now, I want to say one thing quick about Rosalina. I like her, don't get me wrong. And having her in Smash Brothers, okay, that threw me off. But
Did it?
it did, only because I didn't know she was in Mario 3D World yet until I unlocked her and stuff.
Oh, so you thought it was weird for her to get a slot?
Yeah, but at the same time, that's a Mario character.
Yeah, she's one of like the main ones now.
Yes. Okay. She reminds me of Princess Peach, but I'm sure her movesets are different. But I was just thrown off. I'm like, okay. And then King DDD coming back. That's good. That's good.
That's nice.
But I don't know. There's already, I think, 20-something playable characters already that they revealed, and still no Yoshi.
20?
There's already over 20.
Wow.
Yeah, because they released like the original. There are 8.
They didn't
But
announce Captain
7.
Falcon or Yoshi again yet.
Or Jigglypuff.
Or Jigglypuff.
Those need to be the release. Or Ness.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, we only
That's
have four
4.
of the originals.
Yoshi was the
original
original
8.
too.
He was the very first?
Yeah. Yoshi was one of the first 8.
Well, I know he was in the original
Out of the
game,
12.
but were there 12 or were there?
Because there are 8 to start and then 4 unlockable.
Yeah. Okay. That's right.
So Captain Falcon.
They've already announced Star Fox, haven't they? Like they've confirmed Star Fox is in it.
Fox, yeah, sorry, Fox. Fox, he's already in it. No Falco, no Wolf. Not, at least we haven't heard about it. Marth is back. Wait, is he back? I think Marth is back.
One of them is.
Then it's Marth. Because they didn't do Ike or Roy yet. Mewtwo freaking better, and I think he has to be now because X and Y both having the
YouTube
evolutions,
tie-ins.
yeah, like
And the Mega Evolutions and all that.
like I think he's gonna be great to transform into both.
That would be pretty
As a
cool.
final
That would be
smash.
pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah,
And Skull Kid, they got Skull Kid!
I know, right?
Not playable, but he's an assistant. What's the ending at? What could it be? But something's up with like Nintendo's management right now because they keep like setting things up to succeed and then flopping. I've got 3 examples. One's Wii U coming out and it was selling out pre-orders and selling out the second order. You know how like when they restock, how they were doing the second round pre-orders back in the day, and they sold out those, and then they didn't like release any. They had no games ready, and everyone's been saying that for over a year. We don't need to keep kicking them in the teeth for that, but they fucked that up. Then got Pokemon Bank. Everyone's all hype on, right? I mean, I prefer it be free, but still, the fact that it's coming out and a lot of people were excited for it, and they just flopped right on their face with that.
Yep.
And then Majora's Mask, which hits close to home for me, has been teased, has been just kind of dangled right in front of our face, but not formally announced yet. And they've got tens of thousands of petition signatures. They've got the game's like hugely popular right now. Everyone's looking forward to it, and they're taking too damn long. I mean, their first announcements that something's probably coming were like 7 months ago. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And then they have a Nintendo Direct roughly every month, and they're not touching on it. They went ahead and announced Hyrule Warriors, which is not Majora's Mask, and then they're announcing the new Zelda U, like the next Zelda for the main like Zelda game on the Wii U. Hyrule Warriors is like a spin-off. But the next,
that looks like a weird game.
it looked weird, yeah. I won't get too far into that, like on this particular thing, because I'll go off for half an hour. But Zelda U, as a tentative title, is being announced at E3. They're going to show it off.
Oh,
They didn't confirm if it's playable yet, but they're showing it. So, if you're announcing a game in January, and you're going to reveal/announce a game in early June, are you gonna do like a Sega thing and compete with yourself with 3 games coming out if you announce Majora? Within that time?
Really?
Within 6 months you're gonna announce 3 Zelda games? They did last year. They talked about Zelda U, they announced Wind Waker HD, and they released Link Between Worlds.
that's more than what they did with Luigi. For the year of Luigi.
For the year of Luigi, we got less than just a standard year of Zelda.
That is pitiful.
Well,
I mean, I'm saying Zelda is more popular, but I'm just saying if it's
more popular than Mario? No.
Well,
More popular than Luigi,
Luigi,
specifically?
yeah.
Like the Luigi series, if we can call it that?
Yeah.
The Luigi series of 2 games? Yeah,
and what was a freaking spin-off?
unless you want to count, like, Mario's Missing.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get off your subject, but I'm just saying with...
I was
the
pretty much done. I
new
want to
Super-
complain about Year of Luigi now.
The Super Mario 3D World, yeah, okay, they have certain Luigi stuff printed out throughout the levels. Okay, wow, and then, oh wait, you get to have, instead of Mario Brothers, the original classic where you jump, on the Goomba shell, or Goomba shells, on the Trooper,
The Goomba shell.
the Koopa Trooper shells and whatever. It's all Luigi now. I think that was only released in Japan. Like, it's just Luigi Brothers.
Wait. Which games are we talking about? Like, be
Super
specific
Luigi.
here.
I said Super Luigi. Why am I saying that? Wow, Super Mario 3D World. There's a Luigi Bros game in Super Mario 3D World, but
maybe we should start from the beginning,
just-
like, on what Year of Luigi was and was supposed to be.
well, that was supposed to
2013.
be the last thing of that for that last year. That was in...
But, like, for people listening that just haven't followed and had this conversation 4 or 5 times before,
Okay.
like, if we just start from the beginning, 2013 was supposed to be, or rather was known as the Year of Luigi by Nintendo.
And they started with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
And they were like, we're gonna have, this year we focus on Luigi, we have a few original Luigi games coming out. Lies. And so then let's go over, like, what happened in order if we can.
Well, first off, it was supposed to be new Super Luigi... wow. That's, like, rolling in my head. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Okay, but...
Which was nice.
You would think that would be on the Wii U because they just released a new system.
They just released a new system, and with like the motion thing where you can look around and
That
stuff.
would have been perfect. They even have, in Nintendo Land, they even have a Luigi's Mansion-esque game, and the controls for it are kind of unique. And I'm like,
That's
why
cool.
couldn't they use that for a Luigi game? So I held off. I was like, maybe since it's the year of Luigi just beginning.
The year of Luigi's
They
just
could
getting
do a
started.
Luigi
That was
game for
in,
the
I
Wii
believe
U.
that released in March.
Yeah,
So
it was early.
they were doing
Few
well,
months.
releasing a new Luigi-based game. Even though it's not on Wii U, at least having a Luigi as the protagonist game was nice early in the year, but we were promised a lot more. And then from there on,
Second, I know what it is, do you?
I'm not sure in order, but we just had our colon absolutely stretched out by the
Yeah.
huge dick of Nintendo.
The second one was the add-on to New Super Mario
just-
Brothers U.
Luigi U.
Is New Super Luigi U.
New Super Luigi, which is just a green box now, and like the same fucking game. And Luigi was already in the other one.
Yeah. What I hated,
You could already play Luigi.
on top of this, they added the new character, which was also a New Super Mario U.
So they didn't add a new anything.
They added Nabbit as a playable character to New Super Luigi U.
But okay.
Here's the thing. Okay, Luigi's playing, as people know, is for experienced players because the way he jumps, whatever. Plus, the levels are, I think you have 60 seconds or 90 seconds. I forget how long to beat the one stage. That could be difficult for some players. So, to make it easier, Nintendo thought to add Nabbit. Well, Nabbit runs through the enemies. He does not get hurt. Well, he could fall off and stuff like that, but enemies will not hurt him. So who do you think players play as then? Like little kids and whatever?
They'll play Nabbit because he's
Nabbit.
almost
so
invincible.
You could just call it New Super Nabbit U.
Yeah, why make a game like that for supposed to be based on Luigi, then make a character that plays better than Luigi?
Exactly. That was like a slap in the face. You should never have added Nabbit. I mean, Nabbit, don't get me wrong, he's a
Or add
good
him
character.
in something where it's not stealing Luigi's spotlight.
Exactly, because even my friend, who is good at, Mario games too, but when him and I were playing, he was just like, oh, why am I going to play as Luigi? I get hurt with him. I'm just going to play the game from Nabbit, And I'm like...
Where you're like borderline invincible.
Yeah, and I'm like...
'Cause
don't you like a challenge? He's like, no, it's easy with Nabbit.
We like almost 100% of that game together. Like we did almost all of it. You finished it up with, I think you had like 3 or 4 people to play with that one day. But we played through most of it, and yeah, being invincible to damage from enemies would have been pretty nice.
Yeah.
And we might have used that going for 100%, but it hurts that Luigi had a chance for the spotlight there. But, like, let's be honest, that was just a reworking of a Mario game.
Yeah,
already.
that
was not Luigi's own game.
No, it sounded like it at first.
It sounded like it.
But, no, and then to even make the levels harder...
Yeah, and then if we go past that, like...
What was after? I forget. Other than the...
Then after that was the new Luigi and Daisy game.
Oh, yeah.
That totally happened.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, it didn't though.
No.
And Daisy being my favorite character and Luigi being your favorite character, we were both very much on board.
Yeah.
We were entirely on board. Like we had our boarding passes first class, balcony room. We were up there, waving like our handkerchiefs out the window, ready to, take off. And you know what? That boat just never left port. We just starved to death sitting there in the empty shell.
Yeah, all
of
empty.
Of a happiness.
Glass
cruise.
was all over me, broken glass.
Broken glass everywhere. Giant, giant bloopers just pulling our happiness boat down to the bottom of dire docks there. Trying to use as much Mario terminology as I can. But yeah, so they talked about a Luigi and Daisy game that never fucking happened.
They actually talked about Luigi and Daisy game?
It was mentioned a lot over the internet that it was supposed to be happening. I don't know that Nintendo made a formal thing, but damn, I heard about it a lot. Or at least another Luigi game. They did promise another Luigi game.
I just don't understand
that much is true, isn't it?
Yeah.
They did promise
they did. They literally did say, but don't worry, another... they said something that hinted...
The year's drawing to a close, etc., but don't worry, there's one more Luigi game coming.
Unless they were literally screwing us over and saying, oh, the one for Super Mario 3D World, that little Luigi Brothers, the side game, that's what they were talking about, and that
Yeah.
better not have been.
That better not have been what they were talking about. I know at this point they would play it off if you were to ask them.
Mm-hmm.
They would say that. Or, God forbid, Dr. Luigi.
Oh, I forgot about that. That is a complete stupid thing.
Did you see its rating on the eShop?
No.
It's like 1.1 stars.
Well, what was Nintendo thinking? Why would we want...
Well, first of all, that was 2014. That came out this year.
Oh my gosh.
So that's not even Year of Luigi. And second, if it's supposed to be, that's not even slap in the face, that's a backhand to the face. Like, a disrespectful wife-beating, like, backhand to Luigi's, like, immaculate face.
What if that's the thing? What if that's the thing that was Nintendo's plan all along, saying, oh, we're going to give Luigi a chance. And
to,
then...
like, recolor Dr. Mario and release it?
No, just in general. Like,
Fuck.
you know how Luigi always gets shafted? Well, what if that's Nintendo's way of just really shafting every Luigi fan? By saying, oh, this is all about Luigi. It's not really about Luigi. Just, like, you know, play it off like, oh, that was the year.
Stop taking Mario games and erasing the name Mario, writing Luigi, and saying, like, this is a Luigi-specific game.
Yeah.
No, you just switched out the character model for Mario to your character model for Luigi. I mean, I want something where Luigi comes walking in and has his own thing, like kind of like Paper Mario. How Luigi's just off in the background, gets left at home.
Yeah.
I want Mario to be home doing the dishes, like, you know, doing laundry, and Luigi goes out and does his thing for like a 20-hour game.
Right, and I don't want to have to rescue Mario. I
don't want him to rescue Mario.
I want him to just be gone.
No. Just let him have his day.
Like that thing where
Well, Luigi's Mansion's all about saving Mario.
And Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, doesn't Luigi have his own journey and you read his log journals and stuff like that? Isn't that that
kind
game?
of.
Why can't we learn why can't that be a game with Luigi? In that style, like play a Paper Luigi game and learn about his adventures.
Oh my goodness, don't even bring up Paper Luigi. I have cried over that so much because there was actually a mention of it a long time ago after Paper Mario. They're like, do we follow up, make Paper Mario a series, or do we just do Paper someone else? And Paper Luigi was like mentioned, not super officially, but it was like mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because Paper Luigi would just be like Paper Mario but better.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Go save Daisy and, like, go to a different kingdom. It could have been so cool, because Paper Mario is my favorite Mario game. So having Paper Luigi would just be that, but better.
Yes.
That's like...
That would just be...
That'd be like a sequel to Majora's Mask for me.
So freaking beautiful. It's like, does Nintendo even take notes?
Literally, in the last
Polls?
3 weeks... They said, I believe this is quotable.
Ooh.
Our fans do not control our decisions. He was asked, are you aware, I believe it was not Miyamoto, I think it was Aonuma, or it might have been Miyamoto. I forget exactly who, directly said that, it was Aonuma. They were saying, like, when are you going to do this or that on 3DS? And he's like, we're aware of fans and the media and stuff, but I wouldn't necessarily say they influence our decisions. He said, we know what we want to do, and we'll do it, and they can come along for the journey if they please.
That's kind of sounding like Apple products. If you think about it.
Yeah, let's not talk about that, because I'll get, like, really mean.
But,
since I just spent, an afternoon fixing an iPhone. I'm not in the mood to talk about that, but that sounds just like it, right?
It does.
We'll make something, and it'll probably work pretty well, but if you ask us something, we're going to shut the fuck up.
And just for the record, guys, I do own a Mac, so I just want to get that out there. I'm not dissing Apple, but I'm kind of, pissed about their actions a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's completely unacceptable. And another thing that's funny that they said that because they took polls on what they want,
right?
What characters want in Smash Bros. Like Smash Bros. Games, and we already got 2 of the top, but we already got like 2 out of the 3 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean they took a poll on
Mega Man that we wanted, What else do we want?
Oh, did Mega Man get voted in?
Yeah.
I never knew how that happened.
Well, yeah, Mega Man was on the polls. I think Pac-Man was on it too. Still,
Alright.
Ridley's in it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like Ridley, I can't see happening.
I can't either. I'd rather have him
as a
as
playable.
boss.
As a boss, he makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
As a playable, he's huge.
Yeah, there's no way.
Well,
why would
speaking
you
of
want PlayStation
Metroid, I
game?
just beat Super Metroid last weekend.
Oh, nice.
Super
How was it?
Nintendo. Very good. Incredibly tough. I'll be honest, I had to use a walkthrough. There was stuff that, once I used the walkthrough, I would never got. I would have quit long before finding that. I don't know if you played Metroid at all, like old Metroid, not Prime. I mean,
No, I played
2D.
Super Metroid before. I
Yeah,
haven't beaten it.
it is horseshit to find stuff. Like, you'll have to go to the bottom corner of a room and bomb a little thing, and one little pixel block thing, one little block unit will go away, and you can morph ball through and go through like a wall.
Gosh.
Or you'll drop through, and you have to bomb the right spots and fall through where you can't see anything, you're behind like the wall. And work your way down to this thing. There was a part where it's always taught you die if you go to the bottom of this thing. It was like a death pit. One of them, you have to let yourself sink down, and you'll go fall down into the next room. We ended up getting a 75% completion.
Aw, you
Which-
gotta get that 100, man.
We're not doing it.
No.
It was me and a friend trading off. We were 8 hours, 40 minutes.
Damn.
It's not too bad considering I've seen a lot around 20. The save files on there were actually all in the 20s with less completion. So I feel really bad for those kids. I hope they were having fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was playing some Super Metroid. I cannot see Ridley as a playable character. He's just too big. If they were truthful to like his size and everything. And yeah, speaking of which, with the polls, why bother take a poll if you're not going to listen? Because they took a Zelda one also, and you want to guess what game that they refused to announce got the top spot?
What?
Majora's Mask
Oh, yeah, of course. Why?
remake, and they're like, oh okay, and then the second one was Link to the Past sequel, and they went ahead and did that, right? Link Between Worlds. So wait, where's the? All I can think is that they have a big thing planned, and they're not announcing it before they're ready. That they're making a sequel to Majora's Mask or something really, really big, like on Wii U.
Maybe they're just not used to all the attention. Like, if you think about it, they were kind of just doing their thing back when they started. And now all
They
this,
very much
everyone's
were.
loving them, and now it's just like, well, we kind of like the way we're working. We don't really want to be influenced by other
By
fans. Yeah, which
But what they need is third-party stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so much of it is only Nintendo's old bread-and-butter characters anymore. And Wii U kind of being a flop of a system so far as games. So many developers are afraid to come to Wii U. Like, they bought Monolith stuff. That's why they're making... They used to be on PlayStation, and they actually purchased the company, so that's why they're making games for them. But there's not a whole lot of people coming to flock into Wii U to get their games on there, you know?
No. I mean, the reason why I bought a Wii U automatically is pretty much because, you know, I am a Nintendo fan. I will stick with them.
And your
And I
series
know-
will be there.
Yeah, and exactly. Like, I'm not gonna. I know that they'll make another Mario game. I know they'll make Zelda. I know they'll make. You know.
You didn't buy it like hoping that Call of Duty will keep coming out on it, or that
Yeah.
like what a Mass Effect, or
And I knew that.
like
Smash
I'm
Bros.
struggling
was
to
coming
think of games that
Yeah,
are
right.
like Nintendo, or that like I keep thinking of like exclusives. So I was gonna say Jack and Daxter. Is like, but that's
yeah.
only PlayStation.
Yeah.
Or like Ratchet and Clank was my next one. That's only PlayStation.
Heck, I would love to see Ty. For
Ty
some
could
reason-
be. Ty could be.
I seriously love Ty. I mean, I know a lot of people probably don't, but I love the first game. The first game was great. Second game was definitely different than the first, which took me a while to get used to. I didn't really like it that much. Still played it. Third one I never played. I have it though, but I never played
What
it.
system?
All for GameCube. I'm thinking of getting the PlayStation 2 version. But I like Thai. I like the Australian. I like the Outback feel. I always love.
That's kind. Yeah, it's kind of
music,
cool. It's
games from that type and movies. It's just I
It's
love
kind
it.
of like a Crash Bandicoot sort of thing.
That's where I like Crash
It's got that
Bandicoot.
Crash feel.
Mm-hmm.
Again, yeah, you don't get a Wii U like hoping there'll be some kind of like multi-platform Crash Bandicoot, or
Yeah.
that's again a very bad example. Being a PlayStation
And
series.
also, how come? A quick question.
yeah, what's up?
With that whole Sony All Stars kind of Smash Brothers type of feel.
That's a Smash Brothers knockoff.
They didn't. The reason why they didn't have Crash and Spyro is because that's not specifically them anymore. They don't own them anymore. Is that it, or like? Because they could have totally. I thought Crash was started off on Sony.
It could
Spyro
be.
And
they both did, yeah. It could be a number of things. I mean, it could be some weird licensing thing. I'm sure you could also Google around, maybe find the real answer to this. But it could be that I stopped following like Crash and Spyro after a while, so I don't know if any of their games made it onto other consoles. But if they didn't, all I can assume is that the rights are shady. I always thought that Sony themselves owned those rights, so I'm not sure because they were like developed by Sony. Like, I don't think they were. I could be wrong on that, but this shouldn't be an issue. But the licensing somewhere along the line could have gotten confused. Like, for example, like Final Fantasy Type 0 is the best-selling Final Fantasy in the last 10 years, I believe, and they can't release it in North America due to some shit. Even though they can release all their other games before and after. Just weird. Someone shakes hands in a back room somewhere, and then things don't happen. So
that means that Crash or Spyro will never be on any type of fighting game like that, like Smash Brothers.
That's not necessarily true. That's just
unless they work something out. But as of now, no.
You would have thought they would try.
Like Banjo, he will never. Banjo-Kazooie.
Now that Rare,
he's freaking
he's on Sexbox. Yeah. How gross does that feel? And not only, I would feel gross if Xbox doesn't own it. I guess Microsoft owns it, or they bought Rare, or they paid Rare off. Rareware now, I guess.
Rareware,
yeah, they paid them off at least to only make games on that, and they did. And they made one, and it was so god-awful bad.
I didn't even want to know.
No, fans don't even consider that, like, a Banjo-Kazooie game. Like, it was such a departure from, like, what Banjo-Kazooie even is. It's like if you played Spyro, right? And then Microsoft, like, buys the rights to it, and they make a Spyro game on 360 or Xbox One, and it's a first-person shooter. Because Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was, like, a car-building / racing game thing. It wasn't like I run around with my backpack and I got Kazooie and I like do all your old stuff.
Wasn't that at all?
It wasn't. It didn't play the same. Bits and pieces of it did, certain sections of the game, but when you're making a sequel, especially trying to revive a series like that after it was, kind of nothing for a long time. Like, why change it that much? Why mess with the formula that much?
Yeah.
Because Kazooie was really good, really lovable. You just got it recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So you didn't really kind of play it so much as like a kid, I guess. My friends...
I played it a little bit, yeah.
I rented it once or twice, and I had a friend that had it, but I never owned it until I bought it at Young Ones.
Okay. It reminded me a lot like Donkey Kong 64.
It felt like that, but I didn't hate it. you know about...
Yeah.
We don't need to go over all that, because people are going to hate me. I just never could get into Donkey Kong in general, not just 64, right? Which is sad because it's the other game that utilizes the expansion pack.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask and DK64 were the only games I know that anyone actually had that used those.
Yeah, I had to
Did you know there's a train simulator game that has a whole... It's like this big in Japan. It has like a whole train thing with these knobs and a wheel, and there's even an indent where you put a stopwatch.
No,
it's a fucking pocket watch.
No.
And it has, you talk into it, you call out, it only does Japanese commands, so I need to brush up on my konnichiwas. And you talk into it to like call back to your conductor, do like shovel more coal or whatever, on N64.
That's so awesome.
It's nuts, I gotta show it to you
Why
sometime.
didn't it come out?
We're talking about expansion packs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Why didn't that come out?
Yeah.
What kid's gonna buy that?
I would.
It was nuts.
I would totally buy it.
Yeah, you know what? I probably would have too. There were these cool, like all these, not a lot, but there were some RPGs and stuff in Japan we never got either. Like Project, like J2, I think it's called. There's English patches on some of them, which are fun. We'll need to look into them. That's a departure from everything we were talking about, though. So Poles, they ignore fans, and this is all tough love because we love them.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be too harsh, but we got to call them out on what's shit.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with them. I made the jump. I bought a Wii U after you, but I still did it. I did it for different reasons. You got it for just to stick with Nintendo, follow You knew Pikmin was coming.
Which I thought was going to be a great game. But
without a doubt, Mario games.
Yeah, I mean, I love Mario games, so I will stick with it. I still am waiting for Luigi.
Luigi and Daisy. Daisy 64. I'm still waiting for Daisy 64. Paper Daisy 64.
Paper Daisy, and I'm waiting for Luigi 64.
Just Luigi 64. Not even Super Luigi 64, just Luigi 64.
Just Luigi 64, because that sounds badass.
And I wouldn't even care what he's doing.
I would be sitting watching TV.
I could play a game
him
where he's just sitting like there, like right on the Simpsons couch, just watching TV, just stroking one out.
Yeah, just trying to do a fap a couple times.
Just press A rapidly.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's all you do. Mucho
rapido. Daisy comes by.
Once in a while, Daisy comes by, looks in the window, sees that shit. It's disgusting. She leaves. Peach comes by. She's a nasty slut. She just comes right inside.
Then Toadette comes by.
Then Toadette comes by and things get a little nasty.
Then Boshi, the transsexual.
You mean Birdo?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who Boshi is.
Boshi is in Super Mario RPG. You get to race him.
Boshi.
Oh,
yeah, Boshi!
Yeah.
And I'm not even pretending, like, I do remember now.
No, Boshi comes by, and Birdo comes by, and then they do Luigi.
Now, do you consider, is Boshi in anything else? Because that could just be Squaresoft fucking around. Because that wasn't made by Nintendo.
It's true,
Some of those characters, you can't really, that's why, like, I don't think we'll see Gino.
Birdo was humongous in that game.
Oh, yeah. He was a boss.
Birdo was
a huge egg, right?
In the original one. Yeah, he was Did you have to fight Birdo and the little Birdos, like 1 or 2 weeks?
I don't recall exactly. I know there was a big egg, though, that was Birdo.
But Birdo,
that game was fun.
I remember Birdo when it appeared, what was it for, Super Mario Brothers 2, and it was a guy. They said that it didn't know if it was a guy who looked just like a girl.
Yes, that is true.
And I was like, holy crap, Nintendo, what are you...
And the blocks were transformed toads.
Yeah.
That was disgusting when I found that out. I was like, I've killed thousands as a kid. I was a murderer.
I mean, Nintendo kind of mellowed out over the years.
Yeah. I mean, Zelda used to be some scary shit, too.
Oh, yeah.
I could go into that for an hour, but some of that's really creepy and still creeps me out, like Bottom of the Well and Shadow Temple. All that jazz. Mark's actually playing through Ocarina right now.
Ooh.
Like tonight, I believe. He's almost done.
Well, he should, since, he must have been really busy earlier. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, today he had a good excuse.
Okay.
Assuming he... Well, I know he's legit about today, so assuming he listens this far, I'll tell him, even though since we were, like, calling him out earlier, of the 4 times or the 3 times or whatever, he has a good excuse today. And I won't go over it, because it's not for everyone to know, but he had a good reason today.
That's good.
And I hope that all works out for him, alright?
I love you.
Yeah, we love you, even though we kind of hate you.
It's like a Nintendo thing, we love
and hate you. Yes. It's like Nintendo, but he doesn't make good games or have any good games.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Wii U. He's like the Wii U of... Nothing has been released yet, but we're hoping.
We expect good things from you.
We expect good things. You have a cool touchpad?
I like to fumble your joystick.
Your pressure sensitivity's just right.
Oy vey.
Oh, man. We've gone through the soundtrack at least once now.
Yeah, now I was just picking random songs and I just let it go after that.
Alright, you still got anything more to say about that particular stuff?
Other than just... Nintendo, please, Luigi and Daisy game. I mean, Mario already rescued Daisy in Mario Land. Why can't Luigi? Oh. Yeah, it was Daisy in that game. Super Mario for the Game Boy. Yep.
So,
And even in the movie, the crappy Mario Brothers movie, Daisy was there. It was Princess Daisy.
Even just a Luigi game or just a Daisy game, like, even if you can't swing Luigi and Daisy...
I don't see why they can't. Are they still together? Are they not together? I thought they were together.
It's implied. Yeah. It's heavily implied.
And also, if you want to twist things up...
Who gets Rosalina? Wario or Waluigi?
I was going to say Waluigi or Wario.
But she doesn't seem like their type, or they don't seem like her type.
But I was going to say, since Wario already had his game, why don't you make Waluigi the protagonist in...
Antagonist.
I mean... Yeah, antagonist in a Luigi game.
Yes. Luigi and Daisy 64, where Waluigi is the bad guy.
Bowser wouldn't be after, Daisy out.
Paper Waluigi. and you can only beat him after you get 120 stars.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
But that's it. Like that's all I want to say is Nintendo. Come on, man.
I'm totally applying a Nintendo as soon as I'm done with college. Like, I feel like if I can just weasel my way through somehow, even though all the decisions come from Japan, like I'd more or less just be involved with like localizing. Speaking of which, that game that I was working on translating is we're just about done with, and I'm getting to record it. And anyone who's listened this far to us spieling about Nintendo can look forward to that on the channel.
Yeah.
We talked for over an hour.
Yeah.
We just remember we've always been saying like, why don't we have a microphone going just to hear our, like, this is how we talk normally.
This is
this is literally how we talk.
Yeah,
Last
we could
time
do multiple of these.
We could just keep
this
going.
Could be Mario segment. The next one could be Pokemon, Zelda.
Was this one really specific? This one started off specific.
It did, and then
there's too much. We got news. We got old news. We have old superstitions. There's like just all kinds of nonsense. And we were
going to talk about Sonic.
Old hopes and dreams. Sonic's kind of Sega. Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Sonic Lost World. We have a lot of things to say.
How is that?
I suck at it. Okay, I just want to go on the record and saying that anything post Sonic Adventure 2 battle, Sonic Heroes I was okay at. Anything past that, post that, I think I suck.
We've agreed that Sonic Adventure 2 battle was a turning point of sorts.
Yeah.
Which I do believe kind of started at Sonic Adventure, was where the groundwork for things going wrong started, but they were still doing it right. It's like, I don't know if that, I'm trying to think of a good analogy for that. That was the first of like modern Sonic.
Yeah.
But it was still good.
Yeah.
I love Adventure, and I love Adventure 2 and Adventure 2 Battle.
Story was great.
Story was pretty cool for
awesome.
Sonic. Like the new bag like Chaos was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the Chow Gardens was addicting as hell. Loved it. I played. I did the Game Boy Advance things. I did
too. That's where I lost my.
I have the VMU for the Dreamcast. Then after that, they're like, "Oh, let's continue with modern Sonic and fuck it all up." Heroes was all right. Like all
Heroes was, but then after Heroes, Sonic and the Secret Rings, then Sonic
Black Knight.
And then they had that werewolf one, Unleashed, Sonic Unleashed.
I didn't even hear of that. Like I just
I have these games.
At a certain point, I just stopped.
And then I forget what happened. And then Microsoft Xbox had just Sonic the Hedgehog, which I heard was terrible. And then
Sonic 06. Absolute filth.
And then they had they introduced Silver, I think. But anyway, when I got Sonic Lost World, Sonic Lost World was okay. I didn't beat it. I act like I beat it. No, Sonic Lost World. Beautiful graphics, like just amazing. You could tell it's kind of like Mario Galaxy, a lot like Mario Galaxy with the way it moves. And
there was also Sonic Generations, by the way.
Yes, which that wasn't that bad. But,
not too bad.
And Sonic Colors, but I sucked at Sonic Colors.
Colors is where it kind of started actually starting to take the U-turn, sort of. I think to fix things.
Yeah.
And Lost Worlds is probably the tip top of the U.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like things could go well now.
I mean, me personally, I'm still sucking. Maybe I didn't give it enough time, but I mean, I've seen people play the first boss of Lost World. I personally died. I don't care about saying it. I died probably 7 times.
On the first boss of Lost World?
Oh, yeah. And I know he's easy. I know what to do, but, one hit with Sonic and you lose all your rings. That sucks. So,
yeah,
I was still getting kind of used to the controls, but... Whatever. I got to the second world and I stopped playing it for now.
Yeah,
but I do want to beat it. But I just know that it doesn't get me hooked like how with you are with the new Super Mario 3D World. How you played a little bit and you're like, it's not
3D World. Like I played, and I'm not going on any kind of record saying it's a bad game or like not good or anything. It didn't grab my attention. And
that's what this game is doing to me. If I find myself getting mad, I just stop playing it. I don't have to feel like a Mario game and be like, I have to beat it. No,
the other
this
issue,
calm
maybe
down.
You have the same issue here, was that I got it for Christmas. And I had, literally, I'm very thankful, I had the best Christmas of my life this year.
Yeah.
That's so much stuff, with my mom having another job, things have been going pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And I had I know one of my counts before getting my second day of stuff, like with the other half of my family, I had 15 games.
Wow.
So I was like, as good as Mario 3D World is, it wasn't grabbing my attention, and I had 14 other games there. So, like, you know, it pulled me off. I'll play more eventually. We played some tonight. That might influence me to play some. My sister's been asking to play, so I'll hopefully get back into it. Hopefully, like, we can play some Lost World sometime.
Yeah, no, I mean, even if it's not recorded, you can I'll show you, because they do have this one stage that I do want to play.
The
Because I
Yoshi-
saw some, the Yoshi's Island
Yoshi's Island.
one, yeah.
Do you remember Yoshi's Story? When I was the biggest shit about that game, all I do is collect the fruit and skip ahead.
You just done.
Did I even fight the bosses?
Yeah, the last boss. Final boss.
The final
No, not
boss?
the, you didn't fight any
I
bosses other than
just
the
skipped
final
all
boss.
the bosses. That's such horseshit that it lets you do. Because I remember being a kid playing through it so fast, and when I was actually playing through the levels legitimately, like, I was a lot faster than this, and then I realized what I did as a kid was just eat all the fruit and skip the chapters. I have played through all the levels, like, I swear I have, but...
Sure.
I did. My friend from Kansas actually visited us, and he's like, what are you doing? And he made me play the actual stages. Because he called me out on that, but... No, it was good. I like this song, by the way.
I do too.
I like all of them, but except the Game Over.
Well...
Yeah, there's... Sonic, I think, could be on its way back, and assuming they're still making games, I mean, things can't be that bad. They would be making them if they're not profitable.
I didn't really see what this was rated, the Lost World, but I think...
Just from seeing fans' reactions, people that have given
They
up
love
on
it.
Sonic, I see them now playing Sonic.
Yeah, so, I mean, just because I don't particularly find it... It's because I suck, and maybe the more I play it, the better I'll get, you know, but I had another game, Mario Brothers, to
If it
play,
felt more
so-
accessible, like, you'd be playing more.
Yeah, but it's just... I said Mario Brothers, no, Super Mario 3D World. But, I like how we kind of got, like, a world game, I like that. Because now there's two, Mario World and Mario 3D World, I like that. But, yeah.
I'd like to see Sonic continue in this direction, and, like, I mean, I'd like to see Mario do some more stuff, too, but it's not like we have to worry about getting more Mario or Sonic games. Like, that's totally going to happen. I'm worried about what they're going to choose for Zelda, but maybe that's just because I'm such a big fan. Everyone else is like, shut up, there'll be Zelda games. Like, yeah, there will be. But they gotta be the right ones. Or I get picky. Not that I'm not buying all of them, I'm missing 2 right now.
Nice.
Not counting spin-offs, like...
That's the thing with Mario games.
There's 2
I have the
fucking many.
I have the major ones, not NES, because I don't own one. Yes, I don't own one, but SNES and up, I have pretty much all the main Mario games, not like the side games.
Let's
like
see. Yeah, start counting them off in your head while I list mine off, because mine are gonna be way easier. I think I've got Mario Bros on NES. I got Mario Bros 3 on NES. I have Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. I've got Paper Mario, and I have Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, and just recently I got 3D World for the Wii U. And that's all of them, about 7-ish, 6 or 7. I didn't count.
I have all of SNES, so that means Mario. I have All Stars and Mario World the pack, so it's Mario Brothers 1, Mario Brothers 2, Mario Brothers 3, Mario Brothers Lost Worlds, or Lost Levels, Super Mario World, that's 5, and then I have Mario 64, Yoshi's Story.
Oh, I have Mario 64.
Yoshi's
That's right.
Island.
And I have Mario Kart, if we're going to count that.
I have Super Mario Kart.
Mario's
yeah.
missing.
I have Mario's missing. I have Mario's Time Machine. So this is 11. Remember 11 because I'm still going.
I got
11.
it.
Mario's Time Machine. Any other Mario? We're not counting Mario Party.
You said you
games,
have
right?
all of SNES, but are we not going to count Party and Kart and...
I guess
things
we
like
should
that?
because that's. I'm
If you're
losing
counting
track
Mario's
of
missing
everything
and
now.
you're counting, like, Mario's Time Machine.
Are those main story ones? I
No.
guess they aren't.
No,
Then let's
not at all.
Okay,
Those were
fine.
learning games.
Sorry. My bad.
So
So,
we'll go to
the
9.
first 3, the Lost Levels, because I
That's
count
4.
that as that.
That is
Mario World.
World 2.
Yoshi's Island, yeah, so that's 6, right?
Yep.
Main story ones, Yoshi's Story. Or do you think that's not?
I think Yoshi's Story is good. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't count it though, so then I would have 7 or 8.
Mario 64.
Yeah, definitely. No, that doesn't count. That was
Sunshine.
Do you have Paper Mario?
Yep, I have Paper Mario 1000 Year Door.
I counted Paper
Super
Mario,
Paper
so.
Mario. I have for the always count DS games because I have all of Star Sagas.
I don't know. We're picking way too many things to count and not count.
I just have. Let's just say I have
around 20. Probably around 20, and then if you want to count like all the tennises, all the carts.
Because I have Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 as well.
Those are main ones.
I have Super Mario Brothers Wii, New Super Mario Brothers Wii. I have New Super Luigi U, New Super. I have
3D World.
Yeah, just.
Yep.
I have tons. I just can't.
It's starting to sound like my Zelda collection.
It's just.
Which is kind of disgusting because I own like 4 copies of some of them. So it's like stupid. Like I have one in the box, one out of the box, then 2.
Guess what I lost a bid on eBay? Well, guess. I was gonna tell you. Guess.
Is it Zelda?
No.
Oh, okay. Was it? It wasn't one of the Koopalings, was it?
No, it's a game. Let's just say it's from Japan. It's a Japanese version of a game that I love.
Beast Wars?
No, I wish. But no.
That's actually like an American
well,
thing. Transformers is like a. Oh, Mario 64 in Japanese?
Yeah, I waited 30 seconds. Should have waited like 5 because I didn't know people were watching it, and I bid. Then someone outbid me. Then it bid out me again.
That could have been automatic. Like,
well, I still lost, and I was like, damn it. Because it was only like $26 by the time it ended.
I passed up Ocarina and Majora's Mask in their boxes from Japan for $60. I was like, do it. Like, it was right after I bought Lunar, which is $75. And I was like, that would be really cool to have, but I don't have the converter to play it, and I would really want to play it.
Yeah, how much is a converter?
So, like a lot, it's like 60 to 100. Depends.
Because that might be fun if I get 64. Mario 64, and...
There's not that much text, though. Like, it wouldn't be that much different. Finding a game that's really different...
Technically, yeah, I wouldn't need it. I could just play it.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't be able to read what the stars were, so you wouldn't exactly know what you're looking for.
But if I played it long enough, that would be my way of just knowing then, seeing how much I know.
Yeah, like... Those games are really different, though, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, like, the Japanese version on Sega Saturn, like, you have a third, like, item slot or something. Mm-hmm. Like, there's things that really change the game. Because normally you can only hold a weapon and a shield, but then having the third one lets you have, like, an item, like a potion, something to heal yourself. Yeah. Which totally changes how you do everything.
Yeah.
And, like, it wouldn't be like that, just a little text difference. I wonder if there's maybe some different sound effects, possibly. Like, the beginning where Peach talks.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting.
That would.
In Japanese.
I just wish I would have won it. But...
That's the other thing. Do you notice how cheap Japanese games are?
Yeah, I did notice. Actually, I'm going to look it up while we're talking. But I do got to, soon before midnight comes, fap a little bit.
Oh.
So,
I guess.
I gotta run upstairs and grab something. If you want to keep on talking or we want to end it, it's up to you.
I think this is probably long enough, and we don't have really a fan base yet, so let's not get too stressful. I mean, hopefully they listen to this, they like it, we do this again.
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario, yeah, we just wait it out, get some people to listen to this, but, best case, we have some fans by the time this comes out. And this just doesn't rot there with 0 views.
I really hope you guys are going to love us.
Yeah, we hope you love us, guys. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, this is me, Ryan.
And Rob.
And we're signing out, right?
Signing out.
Ciao.
See ya.